Good morning, student. I welcome you all to this session on how to install and configure Android Studio on your system. Our very first step of installing Android Studio is choosing proper IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment, to work on. Okay, so let's see how to install an IDE, that is Android Studio, on your system. Okay, but before that, we get started with the installation process. Let me tell you the very first thing you have to do if you are working on any technology is to master any programming language. Okay, and also when I talk about the programming language, that is Java. Java is one of the oldest and easiest programming language. Okay, so it is one of the easiest language, and JDK libraries are also required to run any sort of program. Okay, so installing Java is your very first step you need to take, okay, before installing Android Studio. So I'm going to be download Java JDK files. Okay, so I'm going to search for Java downloads. So we need Java from the Oracle website. So I'm going to go for we need Java from the Oracle website. So I'm going to go for this link. Okay, that is Java SE downloads. Now click on this link. Now here you can see so many versions of JDK are present over here. Okay, so I'm going to click on latest one, that is JDK 16. Okay, now click on download. After that, you have to accept license over here. Okay, so you can see that you can also download it for Linux, Mac OS and Windows. Okay, so as I'm working on Windows, I'm downloading this file. Okay, that is JDK 16 Windows 64-bit. Okay, so as I already have JDK files, I will just leave it here. So the next thing I will be teaching you guys is how to set up Java environment variables. Okay, and for that I am going to go to the control panel. Just go to your control panel. Okay, open it. Then go to the system and security. After that, click on system. Here I can find advanced system setting. Okay, so click on this advanced system setting. So these are the system properties that we need to edit. So go to the environment variable, click on it. Okay, after that this window will open. So set the path. Okay, here you can see path. So we have to set this path. So under the system variable, you will find a variable that is called as a path. Okay, under system variable, you can find a variable that is path. So just click on edit and add the bin folder location. Okay, now here under the user variable, click on path, then click on edit. So here you have to add the bin folder location. Okay, this bin folder location is where your Java is installed. Okay, as I told you, we have to download Java JDK from Oracle website. Okay, so we have downloaded from Oracle website. After that, as I already have installed JDK on my system, I just leave it. But you have to install that JDK on your system. After installing JDK on your system, you have to go to the your C drive. Okay, after going to C drive, you can find your program files. Okay, this is program files. And then you can open the Java folder. Okay, so here is my Java folder. And now here you can find bin library over here. Okay, as I installed JDK 16, so I will open it. Here I will find bin folder. Okay, so this is my bin folder. Now you have to copy the path of this bin folder. So how will you copy that? Just click on this downward arrow. Okay, now it will give you the path. So you just copy this path and go to your environment variables. Okay, so this is path. You have to edit this and the path that you have copied, that is bin folder path, just paste it over it. Okay, as I pasted already, you have to paste it over it. Okay, and just first you have to click on new and then you have to paste it. Okay, likewise you can edit it. Okay, so now click on OK. So Java does not necessarily need any environment variable to be set on. However, setting environment variables does make certain things easier. Okay, so this is environment variable, which is point to the folder location where your preferred version of Java, that is JDK, is installed. So these environment variables are mainly required by the external programs and tools in order to figure where exactly Java is installed in your machine. Okay, so now the next thing is the variables are being, you have to check your variables are being set correctly or not. Okay, so now how will you check it? So in order to do that, I am going to the command prompt. Before that, you have to click OK here. Okay, now go to the command prompt. Okay, so just open your command prompt. Now here I am just typing Java hyphen version. Okay, and enter. Okay, now look. Here you can see the Java versions that I am currently using is 16. Okay, as I installed JDK 16, so it shows Java version 16. Okay, and it means that this is how you confirm that Java is properly installed on your system and you have correctly set your environment variables. Okay, so now once you understand how to install Java on your system, let's move ahead and understand how to install Android Studio. Okay, so in order to do that, I will be searching for the Android Studio. Okay, so here I will be searching for the Android Studio download. Okay. Now just click on this. Now here you can see that you can download Android Studio from here. Okay. So just by clicking on this button, accept the terms and download Android Studio for Windows. Okay. For any of the OS that you prefer, now click download. As I already downloaded Android Studio, I just leave it. Okay. So now on my desktop, I have an icon of Android Studio. Okay, so I'm just going to run this as an administrator. Okay, so I'm going to run this as an administrator. Okay, so here you go. So this is your Android Studio page. So here click on next. Okay, so it shows Android virtual device. So Android virtual device is not selected. You don't have to select Android virtual device here. Click on next and install your Android Studio. Okay, then finish. And now this is the welcome page of your Android Studio. But before installing JDK and Android Studio, you have to check your operating system, whether it is 64-bit or 32-bit operating system. And after that, install JDK and Android Studio likewise. Okay, so this is your welcome page of Android Studio. So here I'm just going to click on new project. Okay, so start a new Android project. So I'm going to choosing an empty project here. Okay, now you can see that there is a basic project, bottom navigation activity. The same way we have fragmented view model here. Okay, so many other types of applications or activities that you can perform. But as you are installing it for the first time, I'm going to be dealing with an empty activity. So click on empty activity. So here you have to name your project. Okay, so as I name my project as Hello World. After that, you can select your language, either Java or Kotlin. Okay, so Kotlin is a very new programming language which is officially supported by Google, and it is one of the preferred language for Android development. So Kotlin is also feasible, and you can also select Java. Okay, so if you are comfortable, I'm going to be using Java in this session. So I'm going to be selecting Java and then click on finish. So this is exactly how you can install your Android Studio. Okay, so let's talk about the program structure. Okay, and how you can write a simple program in Android. So this is done now. So I'm going to go to the application. Just look here. Just go to the application and then go to the Java folder. Okay, so under the first folder, I'm going to find the main activity. Under the first Java folder, there is a main activity. Okay, so this is where you can write your code after this. Okay, so this is where you can write your code after this. So you can add any number of lines of code that you want for your application. And the same manner, we have activity main.xml. This is okay. We have activity main.xml. So this is a place where you can design, your application, or you can code for the corresponding design. So this is activity main.xml. Okay, this is main activity.java. This is your main class. Here you can write your code, and after clicking on this activity main.xml, you can design your application. Okay, so you can see that I have a layout over here. Okay, so you can actually drag and drop the features or view onto your layout. Okay, so talking about the project structure, inside the application there is a manifest. Okay, application, after opening Java, we got main activity.java class, and inside the application also we have a manifest. Okay, Android manifest.xml and Java both are the required for the. Okay, so this Android manifest and Java, these both are required for the application development. So now once you click on the Java folder, you can find the main activity class. Okay, so this is one, as we have already opened it, it doesn't show here. Here you can see that main activity class. Okay, after opening main activity class inside the Java, we have Android manifest. Okay, so once you click on Java folder, you can find this main activity class. So here's where you will write your codes, as I mentioned, and mainly it is considered as the main class. Okay, so this is main.activity.java is your main class. Now the next step you have is the resource field. Okay, first we have seen project, and the next is your resource tab. Okay, resource manager. So this field is where you can edit the layouts. Okay, so this field is where you can edit the layouts. As I mentioned that this is the layout. Okay, this is your layout. So you can edit these layouts just by clicking on the layout. Okay, here is a layout. Just by clicking this layout, you can edit your layout, and the activity main.xml. Okay, after clicking on activity main.xml, you can edit your layouts. So here you can also drag outlines for your application. Also, you can drag some features. Okay, you can write any number of codes for your layout design. Okay, so you can do so many things with your layout design. After that, next we have Gradle script. Okay, here we have Gradle script below the Java folder, which is also added onto your project. So if you write to create a new project, okay, so if you want to create a new project, okay, this is our hello world project, but if you want to create a new project, then go to the file, then go to the new, and then go to new project. So all you have to do is select the new project activity that you want to work on, and after clicking this new project activity, this window will open. So here you have to select empty activity. Likewise, we have done before. Okay. before starting Android Studio, when first time we started Android Studio, we click on new project. After that, this window has opened, and after that we have given a name, that is hello world. Now again, if you want to create a new project, so go on to the file, then go to new project activity. After that, this window will open. Here you have to select empty activity, and after that you have to name your project. Okay, so click on next and go to the new project. Okay, now next go to your main activity class. This is your main activity class. To add the corresponding code pertaining to your application, here you can write your corresponding codes pertaining to your application. You can also create any number of classes. Okay, now we have only single class, that is main class, main activity dot java. Okay, but if you want to create a multiple classes, then also you can do it just by right click on this folder, that is Java folder. Okay, now I think you understand where is Java folder exists. So after clicking on the Java folder, right click on the Java folder, go to the new, and after that click on new Java class or Kotlin class. Okay, it is depends on you, but first time I have selected Java class, that's why here I am also creating Java class. I have selected language Java. Okay, so here I am creating Java class, and then I have to name this class something. So I have given here name, that is XYZ, and then click on enter. Okay, now here you can see that the class is created. Okay, activity underscore main.xml shows your design of your application. Main activity.java is your main class which shows the code pertaining to your application, and this is xyz.java is your new class created by you just now. Okay, so this is exactly how you can create a classes in Android. Now the next up we have the virtual device. Okay, so if you are working on mobile development, that to Android, it is required for you to have a virtual machine. Okay, because you cannot have a device right there that time. And if you want to receive any calls, it will be a problem for the system as well. So we prefer using virtual device for the Android development. In order to that, you can find this over here. Okay, here you can see that it is Pixel 3a API 30. Okay, now click on this drop down arrow, and here you can see AVD manager. Okay, so click on this AVD manager. AVD manager is your virtual device, Android virtual device manager. Okay, so click on this AVD manager and you can create a virtual device of your choice. Okay, so after clicking AVD manager, you got this window. So here I'm choosing category phone. So here you can create a virtual device by your choice. You can select Wear OS, you can select tablet, you can select TV also. Okay, so here I'm selecting phone. Okay, so after that, these are the configurations of my virtual device. It shows size, ratio, density, and height and width of my virtual device. Okay, so click on next. Now click on Q download. Okay, click on Q download, and now it is downloading. Now the size of this virtual device is 1.1 gigabytes. Okay, so now it is downloading. It depends on your internet speed how much time it requires, but it took me more than 1 hour. Okay, so I think this is clear to you. But the thing is, if in case you don't have the virtualization set in your system, you can do this by enabling your BIOS on your system. Okay, so this has to be done because you cannot add virtual device if this is not any bit. So you can do this by restarting your computer system and then click on the escape button and then go to the system configuration and select virtualization and enable your BIOS. Okay, so as I already have the BIOS enable in my computer system, so that's the reason it is downloading on itself. Okay, so here it is done. So click on finish. So it is going to create a virtual device for us. Okay, so now click on next. It is going to create a virtual device for us. Now the name of my virtual device is Pixel 2 API 29. The virtual device the studio created for me is Pixel 2 API 29. Okay, so click on finish. Now it is going to create a virtual device and now here it is. Okay, so this is the virtual device, Android virtual device of your choice. Okay, so you can select any type of virtual device of your choice. You can view the design on the activity main.xml and you can also code corresponding and you can also edit the layouts. Okay, so this is a virtual device and you will be performing action on this device. Okay, so this is exactly how you can install Android device on your system. And to install and run Android device on your system, first you need to install JDK and you need to set Java environment variables, that is environment variables on your system. Otherwise, you are not able to perform any operations on your Android Studio. Okay, so with this topic, we have completed our 3 practicals. Okay, so let's look here. Your first practical is compare various operating systems with Android OS. Okay, in previous lecture, we have seen different types of operating systems. Okay, so in your first practical, you have to write comparison between different operating systems with the Android OS. Okay, after that, your second practical is install and configure Java Development Kit, Android Studio, and the Android SDK. Okay, so as now in today's lecture, uh, we learn how to install and configure Java Development Kit. I think I told you how to install and configure Java Development Kit in detail and I hope you understand how to install it. Okay. After that, we have seen how to install Android Studio and what are the basic requirements to install Android Studio on your system. Okay. And the Android SDK. In the next lecture, we will talk about how to install Android SDK. Okay, now configure Android development tools, that is ADT plugin, and create Android virtual device. Okay, so in today's lecture, we have also seen how to create Android virtual device. Okay, so I think now you are able to create Android virtual device by your own. Okay, so with this lecture, we have seen your 3 practicals. Okay, so this installation, configuration, and creation of Android virtual device you have to do in your lab session. Okay, so I think you clear with this. What is Android Studio, how to install and configure JDK, how to install Android Studio, and how to create Android virtual device. Okay, so I'm going to stop this lecture. Have a nice day. Goodbye.